Once you understand how your mind works, you can control it. And once you control it, you can direct it. But here's the truth. You can't master or steer something you don't truly understand. And that's why most people never change their lives. They force discipline, motivation, or success without ever learning the operating system behind it, all their own thoughts. Your mind isn't just a tool. It's the lens through which you see the world, the filter shaping every choice, emotion, and belief. Change the lens, and the world changes with it. But keep the same scratched, foggy, cluttered lens, and no matter how hard you work, the picture stays blurry. Today, I'll show you why mastering your thoughts isn't just about positivity. It's not ignoring reality, it's shaping it. Because when you shift your thinking, you're not just changing your inner state, you're reprogramming how reality responds to you. Soon, I'll explain exactly how changing your thoughts creates the life you've imagined, not in theory, but in practice. Stay till the end, because what I'll share isn't just knowledge, it's transformation. Before we dive in, do two things. First, like this video so it reaches more people who need this message. Second, comment, "I deserve the best." Not as empty words, but as a declaration to yourself right now. Because the moment you affirm your worth, your mind starts seeking proof of it. Your thoughts aren't harmless, they're blueprints. Each one sends signals to your body, emotions, and the energy around you, and those signals arrange your life to match your frequency. Most think life happens to them, but really, it happens through them. The situations you face, opportunities you attract, even the people in your life, all are shaped by your dominant thought patterns. Here's what most miss. Your mind gathers evidence to confirm your beliefs. If you think you're not enough, it highlights every failure, rejection, and flaw. If you believe life's unfair, you'll notice every moment that fits that story and ignore the rest. This isn't magic, it's focus. Your brain filters billions of data points per second, letting through only what matches the story you tell yourself. To change your world, change that story. Catch yourself in old mental loops and interrupt them, not by pretending all is perfect, but by reframing. I can't becomes I'm learning. I never becomes not yet. This always happens to me becomes something new is coming. These subtle language shifts build new neural pathways, and over time, they become your default thinking. Here's the power. Once your inner state shifts, your outer reality rearranges to match. You spot possibilities you missed, take actions that once seemed impossible. People respond differently, not because they've changed, but because you're radiating new energy. That's why the saying holds, change your thoughts, change your world. Most never consciously choose their thoughts. They wake up and replay yesterday's mental habits, worries, and limits as if they're set in stone. But thoughts aren't permanent, they're patterns, and patterns can be rewritten. The mind repeats what's familiar, not what's true. That's why awareness is key. Until you notice your thoughts, you can't change them. Your thoughts are the code running your life. If that code is doubt, fear, or lack, no amount of hustle will stabilize the foundation. But rewrite the code even slightly, and the whole system responds. Every achievement, invention, or movement began as a thought, imagined, believed, and clung to. Your life works the same way. Your thinking shapes your choices, and your choices shape your reality. So, what reality are you building? Are you reinforcing the same walls you want to escape, or laying new foundations? Every thought you focus on waters a seed possibility, hope and vision, or fear, doubt and regret. You can't water both at once. And here's where most struggle. They try to think bigger, while clinging to people, habits, and environments that keep them small. Your mind doesn't grow in isolation. It grows through what you feed it, the conversations you have, the content you consume, the self-talk you allow. If you want a different life, you can't just change your mindset in the morning and then spend the rest of the day drowning it in the same energy you're trying to escape. This is where discipline meets alignment. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to think positively all the time. It's about consistently steering your focus toward thoughts that support where you want to go, even when your current reality hasn't caught up yet. Alignment is when those thoughts start to feel natural, not forced. When you no longer have to convince yourself you deserve better because it's simply the truth you live by. The shift happens quietly at first. You might notice you're less reactive, feel less anxious in situations that used to drain you. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach begin appearing, and when they do, you're ready because you've been rehearsing that version of yourself in your mind all along. So when I say change your thoughts and you change your world, I'm not spouting slogans. I'm telling you the most practical truth there is. Your mind is the architect of your life. If you want a new life, start with a new design. And the design begins with what you choose to think over and over until it becomes who you are. Right now, in this moment, you have that choice to keep living from the same thoughts that built your current reality, or to start shifting into the thoughts that will build the life you've imagined. It doesn't happen in one giant leap. It happens in hundreds of small decisions, where you place your attention, what stories you repeat to yourself, and which voices you allow in your head. This is where most people quit, because they expect change to feel like a lightning strike. But real transformation is quieter. At first, you may barely notice the difference. Just a little more patience here, a little less self-doubt there, but these are the first signs your inner world is rearranging itself. And once that shift begins, it's only a matter of time before your outer world follows. Every time you choose a thought that aligns with your highest self instead of your oldest fear, you're bending reality in your favor. Every time you refuse to spiral into the old story, you're loosening its grip. And every time you decide to see possibility where you once saw limits, you're training your mind to work for you, not against you. This isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about refusing to surrender your power to the same thinking that kept you stuck. Because when you truly grasp how your mind works, when you see the link between your thoughts, your feelings, and the life you're living, you stop waiting for life to change on its own. You stop playing the victim and step into the role of the creator. From there, everything shifts. The opportunities you notice, the people you attract, the way you carry yourself, and suddenly, the life you once thought was out of reach feels closer than ever, because you've been building it in your mind all along. The problem wasn't the lack of effort, it was planting new seeds in soil, still poisoned by the old ones. You chased change without changing the container it had to live in your mind. Now, you see it differently. You understand that the thoughts you choose are the foundation everything else stands on. You don't just hope for a better life anymore, you create the conditions for it. You clear out the beliefs that tell you it's impossible. You stop replaying the memories that convince you you're stuck and replace them with something stronger, something that actually supports the vision you're moving toward. And the most beautiful part, you don't need permission. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need to feel ready. You start now with one thought, then another, and another, until the pattern shifts, until your mind stops dragging you backward and starts pulling you forward until the voice in your head stops doubting you and starts guiding you. Because the moment you stop letting your thoughts run wild and start directing them with intention, your life begins to align with who you were meant to be. And once you've felt that, you'll never go back. As this new way of thinking takes root, you'll notice something profound. The outside world starts responding differently. Opportunities that once felt distant suddenly seem within reach. Conversations shift. People treat you according to the standard you've set for yourself. Even challenges arrive with a different energy, as if life itself is asking, are you ready to live in alignment with the world you've been creating inside? This is the turning point most people miss. They wait for life to prove something to them before they dare to believe it's possible. But it doesn't work that way. Belief comes first. Evidence follows. The more you commit to thoughts that match your vision, the faster the world mirrors them back. Think about it. The person who believes they're worthy of love walks into a room differently than the one who secretly feels undeserving. The one who believes opportunities are everywhere spots doors others walk right past. The one who believes change is possible keeps moving when others quit. None of this is coincidence. It's cause and effect, and it all starts in the invisible space between your ears. That's why guarding your mind isn't optional, it's essential. You're always talking to yourself, and those conversations shape your future. If they're filled with doubt, criticism, and fear, you're building walls. If they're filled with possibility, self-trust, and vision, you're building bridges. So ask yourself, what am I building today? Am I reinforcing the life I no longer want, or laying the foundation for the one I've dreamed of? Because the truth is, the moment you choose to lead your thoughts instead of being led by them, everything changes. You start living intentionally. You stop reacting to old triggers the same way. You stop accepting situations that hold you back. And without forcing it, you begin taking steps that align with your highest self. Steps your old mindset wouldn't have even noticed. This isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about refusing to let the same tired thoughts control your life. You have the power to pause, to choose, to redirect. And every time you do, you're rewriting the script you've lived by. The day you fully embrace that is the day your life stops feeling like something that's happening to you and starts feeling like something that's happening for you. And on that energetic level, the shift is even more profound. Every thought carries a frequency. That frequency doesn't stay in your head. It radiates outward, shaping how you feel, how you speak, and how you move through the world. People sense it, even if they can't explain it. Opportunities respond to it. Life organizes around it. When your thoughts are rooted in fear, scarcity, or doubt, you send a signal that says, I'm not ready, I'm not enough, I'm closed off, and life reflects that back. Doors shut, people pull away, progress stalls. But when your thoughts align with trust, possibility, and self-worth, the signal shifts completely. You start attracting situations that match that energy. The right people show up, ideas flow effortlessly, solutions appear where roadblocks once stood. This is why so many spiritual teachings across cultures and centuries point to the same truth. As within, so without. Change your inner energy, and the outer world must follow. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to wait until you feel ready to send out that higher signal. Start by practicing it in your mind, over and over, until it becomes natural. At first, it might feel stiff, like new shoes that haven't broken in yet. But with repetition, it becomes your default. One day, you'll catch yourself calm, in a moment that once would have made you anxious, or holding boundaries without guilt. You'll realize your reactions have changed, not because the world got easier, but because your inner world grew stronger. And that's when you'll see you didn't just change your thoughts, you changed your frequency. And that frequency has been quietly reshaping your entire life. Here's the truth: no one tells you you can't attract good things while filling your mind with thoughts that contradict them. It doesn't matter how many goals you write, vision boards you create, or how badly you say you want something. If your dominant thoughts are rooted in fear, lack, and self-doubt, that's the signal you're sending. And the universe always mirrors what you broadcast. You've heard you are what you eat, but the deeper law is you are what you think. If you think like someone always struggling, you'll keep finding struggle. If you think like someone always rejected, you'll find ways to confirm it. Your mind hunts for evidence to prove itself right, bending reality to match the story you feed it. That's why this work matters. It's not just about positivity for momentary relief. It's about breaking the loop that's kept you stuck for years. If you want peace, think in ways that create peace. If you want love, think in ways that invite love. If you want success, think like someone capable of building it. And I know, no one taught you this growing up. No one explained that your thoughts aren't just noise, but a creative force. No one warned you that how you talk to yourself programs your future. Most people never learned to guard their minds, so they let them run on autopilot, repeating patterns passed down by parents, teachers, or peers. But now, you know. Now you see. Your thoughts aren't harmless. They're instructions, and the life you're living today is the result of yesterday's instructions. Change the instructions, and the results must change. So many people wonder why manifestation doesn't work for them. They read the books, watch the videos, make the vision boards, but here's the real reason it's not showing up. In your mind, you don't truly have it. If you don't hold the image of what you want in your thoughts, it can't become real. It's that simple. Your mind must experience it first, before your life can. Want a beautiful home? Stop just wishing for it. Start living in it in your imagination. Close your eyes. Walk through the front door. Smell the air. Feel the light. Hear your footsteps on the floor. See yourself waking up there every morning. Want to visit Paris? Don't just scroll through pictures online. Step into them. See the Eiffel Tower towering above you. Imagine the taste of fresh croissants in the morning. Hear the buzz of the streets. Picture yourself taking photos, laughing, exploring, feeling the city around you. That's how it works. You can't just say you want it. You have to want it in images, in sensations, in the tiny details that make it real to your mind. Because your mind can't tell the difference between what's vividly imagined and what's real. And once your mind believes it, it will start guiding you in small, subtle ways toward making it happen. This is the part no one explains. Manifestation isn't about begging the universe for something and waiting. It's about creating the feeling, the vision, the energy of already having it, and holding on to it long enough for reality to catch up. And this is where most people stall. They think visualizing once or twice is enough, and the rest will magically fall into place. But your mind is like a garden. Plant a seed and ignore it, and weeds will choke it. Skip watering it daily, and it won't grow. So you need a daily habit, a way to keep your vision alive until it feels natural. That doesn't mean hours of meditation or chanting. It means steering your thoughts, even for a few minutes, every single day. Here's how. When you wake up, before grabbing your phone, close your eyes and sink into your vision. See yourself in the life you want, not just the highlights, but the ordinary moments. If it's that dream home, imagine brewing coffee in the kitchen. If it's Paris, picture sunlight streaming through your hotel window. Make it so real, your body responds. Maybe you smile, maybe you feel lighter, maybe your pulse quickens. That's the signal your brain needs. Then, throughout the day, keep coming back. If your mind spirals into doubt or lack, gently guide it back to your vision, not forced, but like returning to the truth of where you're headed. At night, right before sleep, replay those same scenes. Your subconscious is most open then, ready to absorb what you feed it. Give it images of the life you want, and it'll work on building pathways toward it as you sleep. The key is repetition. If you can live in your desired reality, even briefly each morning and night, you're training your entire being to align with it. And once that alignment happens inside, the external shift is inevitable. Because manifestation isn't a single wish. It's a daily choice to think, feel, and act as if what you want is already yours. This is where the hidden challenge appears. The reason most quit before results come. When you start holding a new vision, your old thoughts will resist. Not because they're malicious or the universe is against you, but because your mind craves familiarity. Even if that familiarity is painful, it feels safer than the unknown. So the moment you imagine a better life, the old patterns whisper, "This is naive. It's impossible. Who do you think you are?" They'll dredge up every past failure, trying to drag you back. Unaware, you'll believe those thoughts and stop. But if you recognize it's just your brain clinging to comfort, you can acknowledge those voices and keep going anyway. Here's the secret. You don't need absolute certainty every day. You just need enough to keep choosing the vision over the fear. And the more you do, the quieter the doubt grows. Most people believe manifestation is about forcing the universe to give them what they want. But it's not. It's about training yourself to become the person who naturally attracts it. That person doesn't quit after a bad day. That person doesn't abandon the vision when results don't come fast. That person stays steady, knowing the inner shift always comes before the outer one. And one day, without even noticing, you'll wake up in the very reality you've been imagining. Not because it magically appeared, but because you became the kind of person who belongs in it. And when that day comes, it won't feel like a shock. It'll feel natural, almost inevitable, because you've been living it in your mind for so long. The streets you walk, the conversations you have, the opportunities that come your way, they'll all feel oddly familiar. That's because you've already been there 100 times in your imagination. This is the part no one makes clear enough. Your imagination isn't just make-believe. It's the blueprint of your future. Every vivid detail you hold in your mind is like a draft your subconscious follows, shaping your actions, words, and even your energy to fit that image. If you've been picturing lack, struggle, or rejection, that's the life you're unknowingly building. But if you've been holding on to visions of abundance, peace, and success, that's the path you're creating, whether you see the steps or not. And here's the truth. You can start reshaping that vision today. You don't need more money, time, or luck to begin. You just need to focus deliberately on the life you truly want. Every time you choose that new vision over the old one, you're steering toward your desired future. It might feel slow at first, but momentum grows. And once it's strong enough, it's not just your thoughts that shift. It's your habits, your relationships, your opportunities, your entire world. So the next time you wonder why nothing's changing, stop and ask, what am I picturing right now? Because if the image in your mind stays the same, so will your life. Change your thoughts, and you change your world.